Hey guys, what's going on? It's Sorrowful here. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that the patch notes for the Kerning City Superstars update is live, and it went live about maybe an hour after you're seeing this video if you are one of the first ones to watch this video. So really nice spring, introduction to spring patch. I really like it. Some really cool stuff. And a couple things that I actually wanted to talk about. So one of the things that I obviously always love, let's actually start with the theme dungeon. So it's a new theme dungeon for level 145 and above. I don't know about you guys, but for me this is one of the levels that are pretty iffy. They're kind of like kind of a drag to train at least for me, especially like when you get to the 160 or 155. So I'm hoping this could be a good way of getting EXP for these levels, and it's something like Romeo and Juliet PQ, and by that I just mean EXP wise. But anyway, a better maple. So I'm super happy to see that they're making more better maple system changes, because they're just so nice and they're so convenient. And it's like when you see these changes, you're like, damn, this is awesome. This would have been so helpful if it was already in the game. And so it just makes you kind of look forward to it. So monsters now draw potions proportional to the monster's level. I can't describe how annoying it was to get mana elixirs from like level 200 mobs. It was just so dumb in my opinion. And so this is, although it's a small change, it's actually really good, and especially for like unfunded people as well. I have sometimes when I go on meals and I train, I don't have much potions on them because either I forget or I just don't have any. Most of the time it's because I forget. And so if the monsters are dropping proportional potions, that kind of saves me that, and so I don't need to worry necessarily about dying or having to log off to X for some potions. And this is a change I know a lot of people are going to be happy about. The super fast moving pets, and they pick things up more quickly. Hopefully this doesn't cause lag. I don't know if that was the situation with KMS players, probably not, but I'm hoping it doesn't cause any kind of lag or anything like that, because as we all know, if you're killing a whole bunch of mobs, you have pet loot on, sometimes it gets a little bit late. A lot of great changes here. There's so many that I'd love to point out, almost all of them to be quite honest. Like this thing too, this makes teleporting around so much easier, as long as you get the completion stamp for certain content, because then you could just teleport there no matter what your character level is, forever, and that's super helpful. I'm definitely gonna want to look into this more on some of my characters that don't have a permanent hyper rock. For reboot players, it's not necessarily a big deal because you guys could buy hyper rocks from ASO, so it's nothing special for you guys. But for us in the normal worlds or normal servers, this is a big thing, and I think it's going to be appreciated by a lot of the unfunded players. This, another great quality of life change. I've always hated when I'm just outside of that maximum down jump range, and so this is just going to help with that so much more. Hopefully we don't lose HP if we're using the down jump range, because usually the range is pretty much, if you're outside of that range, falling from that height would mean you're going to lose like 10 HP or whatever the amount is. So hopefully they didn't forget to like code that in, that when we do down jump from the new max height, we don't lose HP. I'm not quite sure why it doesn't work for mechs though. If you guys might know why it doesn't work for mechs, please let me know. I'm kind of clueless on that. But yeah. This one, I also want to point out, the buff and debuff icons display concurrently on monsters. I'm not entirely certain of the exact definition of the word concurrently, but I'm hoping it means that they'll show smaller icons, multiple icons above the above the boss, if there's multiple buffs or debuffs on them. So say for example, Horntail is debuffed by Demon Slayer's Demon Cry. Ooh, that's a lot of demon. So say he's debuffed by Demon Slayer's Demon Cry and also uses DR. Hopefully it'll show two icons simultaneously above the Horntail's head. I'm hoping that's how it works, because that would actually be really cool. And I feel like that's a more modern MMO kind of look when it comes to the whole buff and debuff situation. So this is also super helpful, because up till now, when you get like a bunch of EXP from a quest or something, you really don't know what it is, how much it is. You just gotta assume maybe it's 3,280,000. But now they're gonna actually put the little comma to separate increments of 1,000, so it's gonna help so much reading those numbers really quickly and easily. So I'm really happy with this change. It's a very small change, but something as simple as adding a comma in between every thousandth unit is just so helpful. And it's always something that I subconsciously wanted but never actually thought about. So I'm really happy to see that being implemented. This giving us the freedom to make our keyboard completely our own when we're playing MapleStory a little bit further, a little bit more of that advanced modern MMO. I really love the direction like this. Even with the whole V5 matrix, things are just starting to look a lot more modern. For the longest while, MapleStory looked like the game it was, a 2006 MMO, and so now I like seeing all these new changes. Again, something as small as letting us choose where we want to put the escape toggle, where we want to put that shortcut. Say a lot of you guys are used to having it on, tab. You could do that now. You could just put it on tab. So actually, don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if we could put things on tab. But you guys know what I mean. So that's that. This is also a really good change. I wish they did this change for no booms and booms for advanced equip enhancement scrolls. They really need to do that so people stop being or stop trying to scam others with advanced equip enhancement scrolls that are priced at the same as no booms but are in fact booms. So I really wish they could do this for no booms as well. Like maybe give no booms a shade or a tint of red so that you know that they are no booms. But yeah, or make them sparkle more, something simple like that. So this is a good step in the right direction. Hopefully they can start to implement this for more scrolls as well in the future. Really solid changes overall, and I love it. And now Maple Value Points Service. I wanted to know some of you guys' thoughts on this, because this really only affects people who buy NX, which is mainly the people in the normal or the regular servers or worlds. So I'm curious to see what Rebooters' thoughts on this specific system is, because me personally, as someone who buys a good amount of NX, on a regular basis, I might be a little bit biased, but I actually really like this. This is a way for them to reward those who actually purchase NX, who actually support the game not only by playing it, by investing their hard-earned cash into the game, and things like that. So it's really nice to see this, although it's not necessary. I'm super happy to see it being implemented into the game, and it's a nice way to reward those who are actually spending their money on the game. And I like seeing how for MVP Diamond they have it spend 900,000 or more NX in 3 months. This to me shows that Nexon does acknowledge the fact that players, certain players, myself included, do spend very large amounts of money on the game. They're not like completely not acknowledging that and being blind to it, because the truth is a lot of players, they do spend 900k NX or more within 3 months, and I've done it before, and it's a hell of a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but we have our reasons. So it's really cool that they made a reward like this for those players who spend this much. I can't remember the last time I've spent this much in 3 months. Probably only did it once. So I know I'm not going to be MVP Diamond. I'll be lucky if I get into MVP Gold, but it's 600k NX within 3 months. So really cool, and they also show the rewards. So I'm really interested in how the community receives this, if they feel like it's pay to win or stuff like that. So really curious to see you guys' thoughts in the comment section right below that like button if you guys have something to say on that. And yeah, but overall guys, I feel like this is a really nice spring patch to get us in the swing of things and get us ready for the huge summer patch, which of course is going to be with the new or semi-new 5th job skills. They'll be new to GMS, but they're not new to KMS at this point. But so yeah, and I'm also curious to see how strong hard mode Von Leon is. I wish they showed his HP amount at the bottom or something, just so to give players an idea of how much HP and how strong this boss actually is. Can't wait to try him though. I've already done Von Leon pre's on like 2-3 characters, so I'm definitely going to try him on both. Obviously, my Wind Archer is super funded. Probably going to kill it really easily. But then I'm going to try it on my Night Lord, who's only 1 mil range, and see what my Night Lord could do to a hard mode Von Leon. Maybe I'll record it if I find the results interesting. But yeah, hopefully I'm not talking too fast. Hopefully I'm not talking too much. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to this patch as much as I am. Again, really solid patch in my opinion. And lastly, but definitely and most certainly not least, I really like how obviously we get these login and daily rewards, the attendance ones. These are really nice. I like that they keep bringing these, because it gives us a reason. It adds more to our daily list of chores in MapleStory. Like doing all our daily bosses, and we just finish this and get a couple nice items as well. But lastly and certainly not least is the 2 times EXP and drop weekends. They're back for 3 weeks consecutively. So definitely, I've been wanting to train, just did not have 2 times events going on the weekend, and now they're finally back for 3 weeks consecutively. I'm definitely going to try and take as much advantage of these 2 times events as possible. My work schedule has changed so that I should be able to do that, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping I could hit 230, probably not, knowing myself, but I'm going to try my best and we'll see how far I could get. And I wish you all the best of luck if you do decide to train on these 2 times events as well. So that's all for this time, guys. Check out the patch notes for yourself, a whole bunch of things to see. It's funny how many different time zones they have to show now. But yeah, hot week coming up, lots of great things. Stay tuned, stick around, stay calm, Maple On, and I'll see you later. Peace.